do you have a story behind the most unique home that you've seen here? It can be one you sold or just one that you just know about.
The most unique, ironically enough, the most unique or different property that I've ever sold wasn't in the Wildwoods. It was actually in Cape May Beach, over by the Delaware Bay, on Delview, and it was oval. To a point where it was oval, and even the roof was oval. Had the skylights kind of all around the roof line, and then there was a loft. So when you actually went up, the master bedroom was upstairs. So that was all circular. That's the way the house was built. It wasn't even like it was an addition or anything like that. So I remember pulling up to do the listing agreement. This was probably 5-6 years ago, and it was like more than that now. Which kind of pull up, and it's like, wow, this is different. I can't say I've ever gone into a circular property before. So yeah, that was one of the most unique, different types of properties that I've ever sold.
You drive down some parts of like Ocean City or wherever, and it seems like there's all these houses that look exactly the same.
Sure.
Are there some towns that you feel like have more unique properties and like custom builds, and then others that you feel like are a little more cookie cutter?
It's funny you say. I would say a lot of. I think all the towns have a uniqueness about them, and it actually goes more to the years that they were built, the years in which they were built. Like you can almost say, okay, like, whether you're driving, you're driving down New Jersey Avenue, or you're driving down, Atlantic Avenue in the from North Wildwood to Wildwood Crest. Or you're on Asbury Avenue in Ocean City, or you're on Landis Avenue in Seattle. You can look at a building and they're in succession and say, yep, those were built in 2004, 2006, 14, 15, 22, 23. Like it's more about like almost when they were built that you get these cookie cutter sections, per se, on streets, like based on like you go into, and it's even more so when you go in. That's really when you can kind of tell. You walk into a condo and it's got 2004 written all over it. Not because of like the aesthetics of the kitchen and the bathroom and stuff. You walk in, wide open floor plan, kitchen and living room. You go down the hallway, it's laundry room, full bath, master bedroom, and on this side it's 2 bedrooms. Like it's the same. You walk down the hallway, 2 bedrooms on this side, bedroom, hall bath, and laundry room, utility room. Like they are as cookie cutter as they can be. 1,200 square feet.
How would you describe the current cookie cutter trend if you had to? Is there a certain layout that they're doing a lot right now?
Yeah, it's. I think they put there's differences in the way, like the kitchen and the living room layout is. That changes, which then changes the layout of how they put the bedrooms in there. There's not much you can really do when it comes to 1,300 square feet. You walk in, everyone wants an open concept, and then you got to put the bedroom somewhere. However, there are some where they've maybe made the living space bigger and the bedroom's a little bit smaller. That bedroom, that one bedroom is now right off of the kitchen, and then there's a utility room, bathroom that's kind of flip-flopped a little bit, master bedroom with the full bath, and then the bedrooms are either side by side or like right next to each other. Some instances we've seen like Jack and Jill with the bathrooms now too, with that hall bath. So you can, instead of go out into the hallway to access that bath. So it's almost like a junior suite. You can access it through the bedroom and through the hall. So they've done some tweaking that way on the inside.
Do you feel like homes that have like a more unique floor plan or build, does that significantly affect the property value?
I think it depends. What really what you have. I'm not gonna say values are values. You have so that you have some condos. Condos are flats, so you do have some that are. You have the whole living space and the kitchen, and then there's maybe, there's like 3 or 4 steps that go up, or 3 or 4 steps that go down, and then the bedrooms are back there, or the bedrooms are back there, up and or down. Sometimes that does affect, because now there's stairs.
Yeah.
So who's buying that property? That's that's a different aesthetic, inside layout to a property that can affect it, whether it's a plus or a minus. That's kind of hard to tell. Everything now is, what kind of upgrades you're having with, bedrooms, bathroom, kitchens, all that kind of stuff. That really kind of comes down to it. And I would say for the most part, if your upgrades are minimal, your property is most likely priced to reflect that.
Do you remember how old the oval-shaped house was?
I don't. I remember like the 1970s.
Yeah. It seems like kind of a 70s thing to have a weird shape like that.
Yeah. Very unique. And, we sold it. It was neat. Yeah.
Definitely. For the right person. The oval-shaped person.
Yeah.